A good win for Scotland against Italy. A really great game to watch. I think Scotland sort of set the tone. The two tries in the first 5 minutes. Italy couldn't really compete though on the back foot from there, and you've really got a feel for them because Italy are almost like the Nelly men, the bridesmaids. You know, when are they going to get around to winning games? They beat Scotland last year in Rome. But this was a very tricky game for Scotland. Italy were always expected to lose. And as I say, it's tricky for Scotland because you'd expect them to win, but Italy have beaten you before, so it makes it a very tricky game. But so Scotland set the tone early on, two quick tries, a hat-trick for Hugh Jones at the end. Some great performances by the Scottish players. Really some good to watch, and a great win for them to start the Six Nations. A tricky game, as I said. You have to win your home games. You have to get off to a good start, especially with some of the bigger teams in the competition. And this was a tricky game for Scotland. It was great to see the wingers do so well. Duan van der Merwe and Darcy Graham have such great games. But Hugh Jones, the hat trick was what stole the headlines. At one point, Italy did come back. They did level the scores through the intercept try, but they were always fighting against it. They had a chance. But you got to feel something's missing for Italy. It's really not the I don't know. You feel at some point they're going to get something together. There's something missing that they need to put together more than just one odd win against the other teams. They are obviously the smallest of the teams, but they can compete against. They'll target Wales, excuse me, for a victory there. But I can't see them competing. I know they had the draw against France last year. But other than that, you can't really see them, putting the bigger teams to the test here. Play with a lot of passion, but somehow just missing something the whole time. For Scotland, great win. Great to see some of the South Africans, and we claim Hugh Jones because he played at the Stormers. It's great to see him do well as well, and great to see some of the other South Africans do well as well. A great game to watch. Maybe not as high profile as the others. But for Scotland, this was a tricky game. They needed to win this one, and they're off to a good start. Now, the pressure comes on them. Now they've got to start beating some of the bigger sides. So that's going to be interesting to see what they do in the next couple of weeks. But all in all, a good start for Scotland. Speaking of Jones, here's a couple of his tries. Some really good finishing work there. He had three defenders on him, and he found a way to the try line. Some really good work from Hugh Jones there. Not the only one that had some good work to do. Had quite a bit of work to get to that try line. And he has another try for Hugh Jones. Can't show them all, of course, because of copyright. I'll probably get copyright striked. But Darcy Graham playing a huge role in this one with a great break there. To put Hugh Jones away for the try. A great hat trick for Hugh Jones, and really some great play by Scotland as well. Starting with some of the stats, the 22-metre entries, interesting. Scotland, 9 entries, 3.4 average points scored. Only 5 entries for Italy. Certainly tells the story. Possession's another one as well. You can see Scotland had most of the possession in the game, 57%, and that's certainly told by the scoreline as well. Attacking stats also tell a story. 165 ball carries to 95, 200 passes, 290 post-contact meters. Scotland definitely dominating all these stats. Not much to say on the penalties, but it was a very disciplined game for both sides. 8 penalties, 7 penalties, both well done for both sides for keeping it clean. Defensive stats also an interesting one to watch. Italy made a lot more tackles, a lot more missed tackles, and that tells a story also in the game of Scotland's dominance. Finally, some individual stats, a lot of carries from the back from Blair King there, but nice to see the props getting involved. Xander Ferguson and Piers Kuman both putting in a lot of work. Line breaks also tells a story. The back three of Scotland really getting in there. Darcy Graham, of course, setting up that one try for for Hugh Jones, but a great game for all three of the back three. On the tackles, not surprising to see all Italian names here with the tackles. Of course, the utility forward from Zimbabwe, Zimbabwean-born Sebastian Negri, doing very well. There 26 tackles. That's a hell of a shift for a defensive player. Last but not least, the turnovers won. Rory Dodge, the Scotland co-captain. Of course, his first turnover led to his first try as well in the game. So a great performance by him as well. So great win there for Scotland. They kick off the Six Nations in style. They got some bigger mountains to climb now. Italy, of course, the Neri men. What can they do in their next games? They've got also a mountain to climb. Nothing unexpected from them, but yeah, tough day for Italy. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think Scotland can upset any of the bigger guns, or if you think Italy can claw their way back. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. Cheers. Thanks for watching.